So ADA's been on a downtrend since the previous update, where I mentioned how I was tracking a correction to the upside. And so I set out the next key target to sit within this range between 28 cents to 30 cents. And as you can see, we ended up tapping into that range whilst at the same time getting rejected at the 200 DMA. And that then confirmed that we were bearish. And you can also see that on this move here to the downside, we ended up breaching below a key level, which is this one here at 25.94 cents. And if I just move this to here, you can see that we ended up reaching 25.84 cents. And so given that we ended up breaching below this level, that then further confirmed that what we are forming is a deeper correction. And so as it stands, I'm tracking this WXY structure where it looks like ADA is now within this Y wave. So if I use the Fib tool and bring this to 29.22 cents, what you can see is ADA has the potential to reach anywhere between 23.11 cents to 24.17 cents. Now, we did meet the minimum requirement for the Y wave, which is the 61.8% retracement level, and that level sits at around 26 cents. And so it is possible that we could have bottomed out and we see a reversal to the upside. But personally, I do think that we are bearish and we could see a deep move to the downside to form the Y wave. And looking at this Y wave, and given this recent move to the downside, I am anticipating this Y wave to be made up of an internal three-wave move. So this structure will be confirmed once the price of ADA breaches below this level here at 25.84 cents. And so if I bring in the Fib tool once again, bring this to 28.5 cents. And so this Y wave has the potential to reach anywhere between 24.48 cents to 25.2 cents. And so, yeah, as it stands, I do think that we are bearish in the short term, and I do see this as a good opportunity to be dollar cost averaging and buying in at lower prices. Looking at the stochastic RSI, the bears are slowly starting to lose the momentum. And so it will be interesting to see if we tap into this range and then the bulls regain control of the market. And should that be the case, the 20, 50 and 200 EMA level will be one to be keeping an eye on. On the 8-hour chart, you can see that the bears still have the momentum, and so I'm anticipating a lower low to take place in the short term. Now, looking at the hourly chart and checking to see what's taking place within this Y wave here. What I'll do is I'll bring in the Fib tool and bring this to 27.8 cents. And so if we had a three-wave move that was forming, the Y wave would then tap into this range here between 1 to 1.236, which is the typical range. And if it just so happens that we exceed this range and then retrace towards the 1.6 net level, that would then trigger a 5-wave structure. And that 5-wave structure could then form the Y wave. So the wave 3 as a minimum requirement will have to reach the 1.6 net level. And then we could see a correction followed by a reversal to the downside to complete the 5th wave, which in turn will then complete the Y wave. And so, yeah, this range will be another key range to be keeping an eye on in the short term to determine if whether or not what we are forming is either a WXY structure or a 5-wave move to the downside to form this Y wave. And so, yeah, in the short run, as mentioned, I'm bearish. But in the long run, as you guys know, I am bullish, given that I'm currently tracking a correction to form the X wave. And it looks like ADA is now within this Y wave, which has the potential to reach anywhere between around 10 to 15 cents. And following this move, I'm anticipating a reversal to the upside, where we can then begin to track the wave Y, and the wave Y has the potential to reach some high targets. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the weeks and months to come, and I will keep you guys updated.